Is up, everybody? Racing TV here, back in another phenomenal video. Sorry I have not posted in a while. Anyway, this is the comeback tournament with all 32 cars that have been through a lot of tournaments. We have about 32 cars here in total. Anyway, we will have two cars race against each other for a fair fight. See who will move on as usual. So let's get started with Punk Rod and Circle Checker. Circle Checker has its origins in some of my earliest videos of all time. I don't know if that will be. Let's just do whoever moves the farthest, since it's a very low track and I don't want it to keep on falling off. So Punk Rod will be moving on. So basically, it depends on their ability to how far they can move. Nerve Hammer up against Insta Boost, who I made a video on that went pretty good. That went pretty well. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Nerve Hammer actually made it all the way. That's cool. Alright, it has been risen up, so let's see who can go. Nitro Tailgater wins. Turbine Time up against Crescendo. Crescendo is moving on. Birthday Burner up against Drone Duty. Drone Duty, I believe. RDO 6 up against Dior 3. I believe that is RDO 6. Skull Crusher up against Monoracer. 3, 2, 1. Monoracer always wins, basically. Here is an old champion, Speed Driver, up against Supercharged. 3, 2, 1. I believe that was Supercharged. Next up is Trouble Decker up against Tag Twin? Twin Tag, I believe. That was slow. Let's redo that. That was a really bad one. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Trouble Decker, I believe. Sushi Turner up against Draftinator. 3, 2, 1. Draftinator, pretty good speed. One of my favorites, 8 Crate up against Driftender, I believe. Driftender is moving on. Extreme up against Eric Steinrod. Extreme will be moving on. Time Shifter up against Super Twin Mill. Time Shifter really, really fast. It's Super Twin Mill out of here. Vampire up against the Batmobile, who I'm really, really happy to put into this tournament. I believe that was Vampira. Bedlam up against Carbonator. 3, 2, 1. Carbonator. Solid Muscle, one of my oldest Hot Wheels I've ever owned, up against Mad Splash. Mad Splash is moving on. And here are the top 16 vehicles that have moved on from round 1 onto round 2. Nerve Hammer up against Punk Rod. Nerve Hammer dominating. Punk Rod up against Drone Duty. Let's redo that. 3, 2, 1. I believe that was Drone Duty. Monoracer up against Supercharged. Supercharged just very barely. Draftinator up against Trouble Decker. Draftinator, not him. Draftinator is moving on, and sadly, Trouble Decker, who has never won a single tournament, is being eliminated. Extreme up against Driftender. Extreme is moving on. Vampire up against Time Shifter. Time Shifter just coming out of nowhere, guys. Due to an uneven amount, I will go up against these guys completely, but I'll have to sadly disqualify them due to uneven amounts. So these are our top 4 groups. Sadly, I completely miscounted. I am deeply sorry for that. Next tournament, I hope I can pay attention better. But anyway, for our final 4 groups, we have Nerve Hammer up against Drone Duty. Classic. Well, he's a classic. Nitro Tailgater up against Crescendo, another classic. 2 newer ones. Supercharged versus Draftinator. Extreme up against a classic loser, Time Shifter. So anyway, let's get started with Nerf Hammer and Drone Duty. 3, 2, 1. And Drone Duty is eliminated. And the weird thing is, the lights are flickering as soon as I collide them with the truck. So Nerf Hammer's moving on. Next up, Nitro Tailgater up against Crescendo. And Crescendo is moving on. Supercharged up against Draftinator. Finally got it right. Draftinator! What a huge surprise. Supercharged with a surprising loss. Then I hope Time Shifter wins. I mean, I love Extreme, but Time Shifter does move on. I mean, I love Extreme. I really love its details. I really do. But I would prefer Time Shifter. So these are the final 4. So that'll be Group 2. This will be Group A, Group 2. I mean Group B. So it is Nerf Hammer and Crescendo. 3, 2, 1. Nerf Hammer. Crescendo's actually getting really better. He was known as Crescendo is getting way better. Because Time Shifter, he used to be really slow. Speaking of Time Shifter, is Time Shifter up against Draftinator. Hold on, let me fix that. Let's do a fair race. 3, 2, 1. Still Time Shifter. Draftinator, really good fight. But it all leaves off with Time Shifter up against Nerf Hammer. Alright, the finals. 3, 2, 1. Time Shifter gets 1 point. Nerf Hammer and Time Shifter will be switching lanes. 3, 2, 1. I believe that goes to Time Shifter. So congratulations, Time Shifter. You're going into the finals with Shoebox. Alright, guys. This was the coming back tournament. Hopefully you guys really enjoyed this one. I am deeply sorry you guys have not been seeing me a lot uploading. I've been working on my other channel at the Real Pencils. If you want to see that, I'm working really hard on that channel too, but I'm also doing my best trying to maintain this really well channel. So anyway, make sure you guys pick your guys' car in the next tournament. See you there. Remember, keep on racing and have a good one.